Welcome back to CH at Home. We're talking about real estate today with Michael Casnji from Sutton Realty. Michael, just how hot is the market? Is it hot? Is it a buyer's market, seller's market? Where are we right now?
I think definitely last year there was a transition in the market, and we've moved to more of a balanced market now.
Because it really was a seller's market before.
Oh, it was, absolutely.
I know I cashed in on it.
Good for you.
It's kind of hard to really judge when it is a good time, right?
Well, you know when you get bidding wars, right?
Yeah.
That's, you know,
Still happens,
yeah.
but price your home properly to get it. Don't overprice your home to do that. But definitely it's a balanced market, I feel, at this point, which is good for everybody. And as long as interest rates stay in line and stay low, and they're historically still very low, I think we'll continue to see this trend for a little while yet.
Are there hot pockets in the community right now?
Location is key. It's the number one thing in real estate.
What are some of the growing markets in Hamilton right now?
Well, Westdale's been hot for years.
Yeah.
Ancaster's growing. There's tons of construction around. Stony Creek, I mean, that's not Hamilton per se, but it is. That's also.
How about Waterdown? I hear
Waterdown is huge right now. Absolutely, good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
Waterdown very big, very big.
There's lots of growth going on there. Proximity to the highway. Those are all things that people have to take into consideration when they're out there looking, right?
Absolutely.
And we're still getting an awful lot of people that did live in Toronto, maybe rented in Toronto, living now in Hamilton, commuting all that way.
That's still a trend I think we're going to see.
Yeah.
A lot of people with the GO train and different commuting options. That's a popular consideration.
Are you finding many people that are coming from Toronto to Hamilton and going, oh my gosh, this is great. Look at these prices.
It's like a bargain, right?
It is. I don't want to say it's an easy sell, but it is. For what they can get in their market,
Right.
Hamilton is a great opportunity still.
Yeah. And do you find that they're just blown away by what they see when they, because you can get so much for your money here.
Absolutely.
We're kind of the best kept secret, right?
In a way, yeah, we are. We are, and it shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
Right. Now, when somebody's thinking about selling their house, do you recommend, like, what kind of situation as an agent do you like to be in? Working with somebody who has already bought another property and has to sell, or maybe somebody that, we're not really under the gun to sell here kind of thing, but we're looking at something else to buy?
Everybody's situation is different. Either I'm very comfortable in. I mean, it's the agent's job to accomplish your goals.
Right.
And if there's a time constraint on that, then absolutely great. I'll do my best to satisfy that. And if there's not, then that's fine too.
Do you think that people are more educated now? The buyer knows what they're looking for. They have a better idea. The seller knows what they want. Is it like that now? Yeah.
Definitely, and I think the internet is a big part of that, that it's really educated buyers and sellers alike, yeah.
Well, it's true, you can do a lot of research prior and get an idea of prices even in a certain neighborhood without being the nosy neighbor
Right.
and actually going to people's homes. Yeah, you can actually do
You're going to have to go together
I
on
know,
Sunday.
oh yeah. But you can get all that information ahead of time.
Absolutely, and I prefer to deal with an educated buyer or seller. It's easier, their expectations are more realistic, and it's good for everybody.
Yeah, and that is probably the key thing more than anything else is realistic expectations, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's your best advice to somebody, first, who's buying, and secondly, who's selling?
Buying, definitely get pre-approved. Get
Right.
everything that you need to do in advance before you start looking done. That's key. And really start focusing on what you like. Do some research. What type of things are important to you in a home? What do you need? What do you want?
And sometimes within couples that can really vary.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. And
so
usually-
make those
and
agreements
usually they do.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Yes.
And usually you have to see a few homes before you can really be firm on that. As far as sellers go, well, there's really pricing is the biggest thing. Pricing and how the home shows are
Right.
really the two key things on what's going to establish how smooth of a process you get, how we can get the most out of your home in the least amount of time. Those are the key.
How about investment properties, things like rental properties? Is that a big thing right now?
Sure, Mac is still Westdale's still big. And I think it will be for some time. Yeah.
Seeing that a lot too with condos, where people maybe have another home, but
Yeah.
with all the condos that have started up in downtown Hamilton, buying one up maybe just as an investment.
And a great value in downtown Hamilton. And yeah, with the condos, you pay for the maintenance. So you don't have to worry about any exterior maintenance either. So you can be a little bit more of an absent landlord and still not really have to worry too much.
Right, right.
If you're out there and you're planning to do home renovations, what kinds of things should people think about if they're looking at renovating down the line in terms of things that will increase property?
Is it
For
still
example, a
kitchens,
swimming
bathrooms?
pool.
I'm going to fall back on that because
Yeah.
every home is different, but kitchens and bathrooms. sell
Kitchens and
homes.
bathrooms?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People buy rooms; they don't buy homes.
Yeah.
It's usually one
Right.
room that will
that's right.
stand out.
You know what? Yeah.
And that is usually enough to make someone gravitate over to one property over another.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming pool, is that a good
For
thing?
some,
about
yes, some no.
Yeah, it
I
kinda-
find
yeah.
families with small children prefer not to have the pool yet.
Right. But then there's a stage at which they are looking for something with a pool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it makes it more specific, right? Because there are people who want it, and then there are other people that just don't.
And it's a maintenance issue too. Some people don't want to have to deal with the maintenance. Other people are fine with it.
That's important too. I mean, today with people in busy lives, they're looking for properties that are somewhat maintenance-free,
That's
right?
right. I like neighbors with pools.
That's what I do too. We have neighbors with pools.
There you go.
I love it.
No, can you be a nosy neighbor? The nosy neighbor who has the pool.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask at the open house, what about the neighbors? How well do you get
Yeah,
along with
that's
them?
right.
Is their pools open? Do they have parties?
You hear that question?
Yes.
You hear that question? Sure, people ask.
Do people go around and actually